Hello, I am the projector you need. I boast both HDMI inputs, VGA inputs, as well as a 2800 lumen projector bulb that is not replaceable for your convenience.
I'm the one you really want.
I have an affordable price of just $399 US.
I cost as much as a fucking Sentra!
But I am energy efficient for environmental friendliness.
I blow breakers for fun!
I use Texas Instruments DLP technology for superior contrast ratios of 3,000 to 1.
Fuck you!
I only weigh 3 pounds.
I will crush your soul! Also, I weigh 54 pounds.
I'm the projector your wife wants you to buy.
With me, you don't need her.
I feature easy to access both focus and zoom control knobs.
Hey kid, my entire lens can be adjusted electronically.
This, my friends, this is a projector. This projector, you might actually have seen one of these in real life and never known it. This particular style projector was often used in theaters, large venues, concert halls. You might find a projector like this in your town theater, wherever you watch the latest movies of 2019, because 2020 sucks. This is a bona fide, genuine, large venue projector. Now, I did mention these are used in theaters. These are not used for the main event. Obviously, these are used for the local commercials and ads that are often shown prior to the audience fully arriving in the theater. And once those commercials run their course and they're ready to start the show, then you see the real trailers on what may actually be a multi-chip DLP projector. Not to be confused with the DLP technology that's used in this little guy. This is a single chip DLP projector with a color wheel. The multi-chip projectors do not have the rainbow effect that these little guys have, and they have a much better image. Now, as you saw in that earlier skit, I did mention something about contrast ratios and how this projector simply cannot compete, believe it or not, with this one. This particular projector has, and I circled it for easy access, contrast ratio is only 1300 to 1 because it uses a 3-panel LCD projection technology, whereas this one uses a DLP chip. Nothing beats DLP for contrast, unfortunately.
I have one energy-efficient, long-life bulb.
I have 2. Suck it.
This projector does indeed use 2 UHP bulbs. It was designed to be used in one of 2 ways. You could actually fire this projector on both bulbs, giving you a total of 6,500 lumens, or you could fire it on just one bulb. And if you decided to do a single bulb configuration, you could in fact run it. If one bulb blows, the other one can take over. So it's designed for minimal interruption during use, as long as the bulbs are changed accordingly and when needed. I'm not sure of the longevity of these bulbs, but I have personally replaced one once in this particular projector. This projector was originally installed in a large theater, and I was actually there when the building was constructed, and I was actually there when it was installed, originally by a contractor. The original MSRP for this projector with the optional lens, because this was sold without a lens by the dealer, and then you would buy whichever lens suited your venue's needs. In fact, here's a list of all the available lenses. This projector would have sold new for around $20,000. That's a lot of freaking money. But remember, these were often placed in situations where they were revenue driven, and you needed a projector that could fill a hall. Consequently, using this projector indoors in this house is something of a challenge, because its smallest screen size isn't small enough. You practically have to have the thing close to the, really close to the projection surface in order for it to project. Whereas this little guy, this is your typical classroom projector. You might find these in classrooms. You might find these in, like for example, you go to, if you need a projector for your man cave, your woman cave, or whatever you want to call it, cave, this is actually not a bad choice. And also, in all seriousness, this is a low-cost projector designed for, average use. I can tell you where I work, we have dozens of these things still in use. We're phasing this model out because they are starting to die off. But they actually get constant use throughout the day, and they hold up quite well. The NEC, this particular model, the VE281X, has what they call a non-replaceable lamp. That is, it is not user replaceable. It can be replaced, and you can actually pull the lamp out and cross-reference it and put in your own replacement. It's doable, but by the time the lamp dies, in fact, its stated lifespan is something around, I believe it's mentioned in here somewhere, but it is a long life bulb. So they say 4,000 hours under normal use and 6,000 under eco or low power use. I will say this. Now, I do support a large installation base of this projector, and I can count on one hand the number of bulbs that have actually burned out since 2015 when we started installing them. Actually, I believe they went in a little bit earlier than that. 2014, I think, is 2013 or 14 is when they started buying these. And believe it or not, the bulbs have actually held up. It's impressive, actually. And for a no filter design, they are actually I am impressed with how long these projectors have been lasting. But getting back to the matter at hand, this particular Sanyo, I don't know the particulars on the bulb lifespan. It clocks in at a whopping, I believe it's 54 pounds. I had just gone over this, and of course I forgot all the particulars, but it's in here somewhere. Weight, there it is. Net weight, 54.5 pounds. It is a backbreaker. I had to carry this into the house. I ended up walking it around the house. I left my little two-wheeler carts at my parents' place to help them move. And I just stepped on my cat. Oh my God, you poor thing. Stay out of my feet, dude. I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. Is he okay? Come on, Oreo. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to step on you. Oh. Jesus. Be careful. So this is not a projector that you would go out and buy for your home. Unless you had some money to burn and you were serious about home theater in 2006. Yes, this projector is quite old. 2006 is when it was installed, or 07. 07. And it indeed cost as much as my Nissan Versa did when it was new. In 07, I bought a brand new Nissan Versa. I was like one of the first people in New England to buy one. And I had just started this sweet job, and I needed a nice car to cruise around in. And paid about as much as this projector cost, which is mind-blowing to find that it's sitting here in my basement. Anyway, so yeah, this is a projector that you would typically buy if you were, you know, opening up a VFW hall or something. And speaking of that, if you look at the accessory list, one of the options is a smoke-resistant box, and I believe that is specifically for situations where it is exposed to possibly cigarette smoke, as in a VFW hall. If you've ever been in a VFW hall, you know what I'm talking about. Or a Knights of Columbus, or any of those, any of those halls, they tend to reek. I've been to many weddings that were hosted at them, and that smoke-resistant box would come in handy. Believe it or not, it has a handle. It has a built-in handle. And I used it. And you know what? If you remember, back when televisions, CRT television sets up to 25 inches had handles on them. You know what I'm talking about. It's not really portable, but there is a handle. Now, I believe that a projector like this could have been purchased with a rolling case. Now, these were often installed in, like I said, concert venues. I've actually seen very similar projectors to this installed in places like Great Woods, or if you're from the Boston area. Let's see, the Verizon Arena. All right, so I'm really localizing myself here. But these would be hung from the ceiling, multiple units, focused on different areas, and sometimes the band would bring their own, like like Live Nation would bring their own equipment. The company who sets it all up and hosts it and everything, and they would put these in giant carrying cases with wheels, obviously. What's even cooler, though, is this remote. Now, this remote has never really been used. This was actually, now, when this was installed, it was ceiling mounted on a scissor lift device, or scissor dropper. Can't think of the term for it, but it would normally be retracted up into the ceiling, and you wouldn't even see it. And then once it was called for, from the control room console, and I've done this, from the control room console, you would press a button on the unit, on the control panel, and it would automatically switch the video switcher to the projector output, and it would lower it from the ceiling to about a height of, well, I'll put it this way: from its lowest set, from its normal position, I actually had to have our maintenance crew bring in a scissor lift so I could get to it to change out the bulb. So I had to drive this little giant scissor lift into the theater and raise up the platform. And so yeah, it was pretty much inaccessible through normal means. But as I stated, this remote was never really used, as it had it was fully controlled by the theater control panel. I forget what they were using at the time, but it's all been replaced. So this remote is actually quite interesting. It has a touchpad for controlling the menu. It can also control the host PC if it's connected with a USB cable. So it's quite interesting how that all works out. Now, under this cover here, this is where your inputs are. Now, this is how you know you're not dealing with your average projector that you would find at Best Buy. This unit has option boards, and specifically input option boards, and it's currently equipped with the default option of VGA analog in, one output DVI, and you've got your component video, red, green, blue, and then you've got your BNC video. I forget what this is called exactly, which your sync and your red, green, blue. But you also have your control ports. You can control this with serial, as well as USB. And I believe you can connect the remote control with a cable. That's what this is for. So the cable goes to the remote control right there. And then if it all goes high wire, you press the reset button. It does have S-video, obviously. I just forgot to point that out. So, you know, this is a decent little projector. It doesn't have any audio inputs. It does have what looks like a speaker, though. So this is not a multimedia projector. This is a video projector. So there, and believe me, if it had speakers, you wouldn't want to use them anyway. Also, churches would have a projector like this. Most well-funded churches would be able to afford something like this. You didn't really think they were mailing the collection plate proceeds directly to God, right? No. Speaking of Nissan Versas, this projector uses the same air filter as a Nissan Versa. Let me show you. Look at that. No, it really isn't, but it is a massive air filter, and it does need cleaning. I checked the hours on this unit, and it was around 6,500 hours total runtime, which, you know, isn't too bad for something that's been in service for 12 years. So let's talk a little bit about native resolution. So on both of these projectors, the native resolution is 1024 by 768. And the Epson projector that I had bought 2 years ago for my condo had the exact same 1024 by 768. So what gives? I mean, didn't 1024 by 768 displays go out the window like 15, 20 years ago? Well, yes. However, it's a little bit it's advertised or sold a little differently in projector world, because the native resolution of an LCD panel or a DLP chip is the physical number of pixels on that chip or on that panel. So a color projector has 3 LCD panels inside of it. One red, one blue, one green. RGB. Ruth Gator Binsberg. So your typical Ruth Gator Binsberg projector is going to have 3 XGA panels. So that's just the physical properties of that panel. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with, say, an LCD monitor, they're going to have a hell of a lot more pixels from top to bottom. So millions more pixels than... Oreo, what the hell are you eating? What are you chewing on? Is that glass? No, it's a piece of... Don't know. But you can't have it, nor can you have that. Oh, God. Any of you guys have cats? Seriously? Oh, great. I just handed it to him. Anywho, oops. So what you're dealing with is the physical number of pixels top to bottom on the panel. Now, scalable resolution is something completely different. Scalable resolution is what you really need to worry about. That is what that projector is capable of projecting by manipulating how those pixels are utilized. And that is what matters. Now, a newer projector, I just looked up some much newer models that are in the home home theater high-end prosumer models. The 2K projectors, those are 2,000 something by 1,000 something. So they're much, much better. But yes, a projector that projects at least that has a native resolution of XGA is not a bad thing. It's not great, but it's not bad. Now, some earlier projectors, prior to about 2010 or so, 2007, or the lower end models back then, they would have had a native resolution. Some of them were even as low as VGA. Now, those can project an XGA image, but not natively. So what that means is it's manipulating how the pixels are utilized. And think of it like, think of it a little bit like digital zoom in your digital camera or your phone. Digital zoom, the more you zoom in, the less clarity you have. Same thing with an XGA projector. So if you're projecting, say, a UXGA or SXGA or WXGA image, it's not going to look as sharp as if it would if it had a native resolution of WXGA or whatever. Sound good? WXGA, I believe, is just widescreen. But anyway, so that's that. So it has the same native resolution as this little dude, which is a modern enough projector to be used in a home theater or a man cave or a she cave or whatever kind of cave you got in your house. But where this projector really shines is in all of the whiz-bang features that I'm going to show you, what make it different from what you buy for your house. So not only is it, in 2007, 6,500 lumens was pretty damn good. Hell, it's pretty damn good today because I believe the average projector sold by like Epson, I believe the PowerLight 108 series is only good for about 3,000 lumens. Which isn't bad, or is it 3,500? This is 6,500 lumens, which is pretty damn good. And you can, if you want to save power, you can cut it down, by the way, to one bulb. Now, speaking of power consumption, according to the chart here, I did look that up, and it produces or consumes up to 900 watts. I was expecting it to be a lot more than that, especially with both lamps fired up. But it is actually 900 watts, so the lamps are 300 apiece, so you're looking at 300 watts for the control circuitry and 300 a pop for each lamp, which isn't so bad because the NEC, which is
Energy efficient.
consumes a total of 261 watts on full power. So, okay, so that's a bit of a jump, but it's not enough to blow a breaker. Why don't we fire this thing up? I'm going to hook it up to my laptop. I don't have a good projection surface anywhere in this house, let alone in the basement. So I'm going to use... Now this is going to actually prove a point. You see that black concrete foundation wall in the foreground, background over there? Right there. We're going to use that black wall as a projection surface, and I'm going to show you just how bright this son of a bitch is. Okay, so we're going to play one of my own videos because I own the copyrights to it, and you know I can do that. So as soon as you apply power to it, the lamp light comes up red, and the green ready light comes up. The red light means lamps are off. It doesn't mean they're bad. It actually has a separate indicator for each lamp, lamp 1 or lamp 2, plus your temperature and filter warnings. Now I've reset the filter counter already because I'll clean it, I promise. I will clean it. Swear to God, Mom. Leave me alone. Okay. I'll do it this afternoon. Alright. So we're going to fire this thing up, and I want you to listen to everything going on here. Here we go. Hear that? Yeah. It's got shutters. There are shutters on each lamp. So this has the ability to activate a video mute feature, which is perfect for presentations and public presentations. So you can already see it's starting. It's powering up. Now I still have lights going on all over the place, and don't worry, it can handle it. So you won't even know there's a black wall there once it reaches full power. And it takes a minute sometimes. Here we go. It's still going. Still going. Yeah, it takes a minute. Oh God, watch this. Let me use my cursor. Look at the kitty. There. What's that? Woo, what's going on? Cats make everything funner. Ooh, I have an idea. Oh, I can't do this on video because it's copyrighted. Damn it! Well, you know what I could do? Here. Let me activate the video mute feature. Where is it? Ha! So the lamps stay powered on. So it keeps your lamps hot and ready. Hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza. Oh, you know what? Maybe it doesn't. I was mistaken. I thought the bulb stayed full power, but I guess not. All right, come on. Heat up, you. We've got videos to make. Oreo's still staring at the wall. I never said he was the brightest cat. Yeah, you. Anywho, so it's going to take a minute because the bulbs have to cool down before they can turn back on again. So, anyways, it has a number of cooling fans. I want to take the cover off of this so we can get a good look inside her and see just kind of how all the componentry is laid out. I don't know what the fate will be for this unit. I don't need it at my house. I just wanted to drag it over here before it got scrapped, just to get a video. And I cannot. Don't ask. I'm not selling it to you. No, it's not going to get scrapped. I saved it from the scrap heap, but I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I was thinking of doing a showing of like a horror movie, like using our house as a projection screen. I think that would be fun. And just project an entire movie on the front of the house, you know, so that people at the airport can watch a movie, or the planes flying by. All right, it's going to be a minute before it lights up my light again, and I'll be back. Okay, I just figured out what it did. It turned itself off into like a power save mode, so we have to fire it back up again. Here we go. Let's see what they do with this. I want to show you some of the other, while we're waiting for the cats to figure out what they're going to do. I want to show you another couple of features here. So if I hit the menu button, I can move the menu actually. I can actually move the menu around if I wanted to. But I'm controlling it with the remote using the touchpad. And I can actually that's not what I want. If I cancel that, without even going into the menu, I can press the lens shift button. And what I'm going to do is it is actually physically shifting. It is physically shifting the entire lens body using a series of drive motors, left to right, up and down. That is not a feature you're typically going to find in your Best Buy projector. Further, if I want to zoom it in or out, I can do so with the remote. And it's not using digital zoom, it is using a drive motor to manipulate the zoom lens. So as far in as it goes. Far out. The kitty cats are mesmerized, but not to the level I was hoping. Same with focus. Focus in, focus out. Riddle in, riddle out. Whoa! Okay. Let's fix that. Whoop, too far. Too slow. Okay. A little bit more. Look at that. What an incredible machine. So really, that was one of the most whiz-bang features it has. But you'll notice that we're, even with the lights on, the projection, or the brightness was pretty good for this dark basement. But what does it look like with just one lamp? What if we want to save power? I mean, I'm all for power saving, so let's do it. Why don't we shut off one bulb, because we can. And what's in special? That's your lamp. Oh yeah, that's your lamp mode, I believe. Fan control. Some projectors call this high altitude mode. It's really hard to manipulate this with the... I've already reset the filters, so we don't need that. This kitty's trying to climb the wall. I'm trying to get the fan control. There we go. Max power. Max power. Okay. For those of you Simpson fans, put it back to normal. It has a test pattern. Check that out. That could come in handy for party tricks. It's gonna confuse the hell out of my kitties. Red. Green. Oh, that's so cool. I'm just thinking of stuff I could use this projector for, just using the test pattern. These are white bars, color bars. Whoa, that must be pure white, right? Look at how bright that is. Oh my. Cancel. Yeah, gradation, flat 8, I think, is pure white. That is pure unfiltered smoke and pleasure right there. And you can, that's your 6500 lumens lens. Look at that. I could light up the room with this. Only 900 watts. See, that just looks cool. So, this is the real deal. I think I've harped on that. It has a built-in logbook for warnings and such. But what we wanted to do was switch it. Yeah, so we've got 300 watts. I think I can, I don't want to reset that. 300 watt power output, which can be controlled independently. So I can, what I can do with this, I think I have to go to a different menu. It's under, no, it's under, there's your PC geometry, I believe. Yeah, display area, sort of, quit. All right. Input, info, special settings. Here we go. Now I can freeze frame any projected image and turn that into the default background if I want to. It will do that, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to try to go back. No, back, you son of a... There we are. 2 lamp. Let's switch it down to 1. So we just shut an entire lamp off, and we still have, if we had a white background, we would still be perfectly fine. But now, one thing you got to keep in mind is when you switch it back to 2 lamps, it won't let you until the temperature normalizes, and it will let you go back to a 2 lamp configuration. But that's not too bad. Just quickly glancing into the lens, you can actually see there is a little bit of schmutz in there. And I'm looking all the way far back, and there's a lot of dust buildup inside that lens body, which could be cleaned out if you wanted to. You know, maybe improve the image quality a bit. I'd be careful doing that because all that equipment is lined, all those lenses are precision aligned by people with, you know, experience and books and software and whatnot. So I just switched it back to a 2-lamp configuration. So the brightness will slowly ramp up on that other bulb and you'll, yeah, there we go. Cats are mesmerized by this, but not enough to really do anything about it. They're just staring at it like it's really cool, and it is cool. Now, one thing I did not do, and I haven't done with this projector yet, and that is experiment with brightness controls. So let's do that. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, power management. So after 5 minutes of no shutter level protection, normal. I should probably take a look at the manual on this thing. Security key lock, USB, or PJ. Anyway. Image, adjust. Brightness. So what are we at for brightness level on this thing? We're at 32. Oh, it goes up even higher, but then it washes out. So I'm going to play with the contrast. It's not too bad. Color temp. All right then. What did I just do there? Did I lose my input? It's RGB, SCART, S video. Shit. What'd I do? What the hell did I just do? I lost my video input. Crap. I don't know, man. Auto picture control. Info. Alright. What did we just do? Oh, the laptop went to sleep. Alright, well, we need to wake it up again. And then fix the input setting. Which input is it? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What? Input 1? No. Input 2? No. Input 3? No. Input 4? No. No. I guess I don't know. Okay, so I just fixed it by resetting it to factory defaults. I don't know what I did. All I did was change the color temperature. Well, anywho's. So that's pretty much it. It's a projector. It makes light. They have many uses, some more mischievous than others. But with a projector like this, you can do some pretty fun shit. If you can find yourself an abandoned building and a power source, like a big white building, you could have screeners of movies that are larger than life. I was thinking about hanging a sheet on the back of the garage and using this as a movie theater, like a little sit-in movie theater in the backyard. I haven't really figured that out. I tried it with this NEC, but it wasn't bright enough, unless it was absolute dusk. It just couldn't do the job. But this thing could handle it. All right, let's get some light, and I can pack things up. So the Sanyo PLC-XF60A is also known under a multitude of brand names as well. These are sold as Christie's, EIKIs, Sanyos, and I believe there might be one other brand as well. And they were sold primarily to commercial institutions, churches, installers, professionals. That's all for now. Hope you guys have a great day, and stay bright, right? It's portable. See, it's got a handle. Portable.